In this video, I want to cover the wings for you and how to sculpt these out efficiently. So we can just come in and start sculpting out feathers, but it's not going to align very well with our geometry, and we want the feathers to deform in a way that makes sense. So I'm going to go down to the lowest subdivision, and I'm going to end up splitting these off into a separate subtool. So I'm going to hide everything else. I'm going to go subtool and click on split hidden. And this way we could subdivide up this geometry much further than we could if it were just a part of this. Now you don't want to do this until you've gone through and sort of sculpted over this seam. You want to wait to do these wings until after you've done out this area. So I'm going to start by poly grouping out each row of these feathers. So let's do that. And let's go ahead and turn on our double-sided display too. Oh, it looks like we already have it on, but I'm not seeing, oh, that's why I'm just selecting the edge. Make sure we got everything there, cool. Let's go over this guy. And so I'm going to go over every other wing. Let's get that again. There we go. Or every other feather, I mean. Let's just do it this way. Make sure when you do that separation that your lowest subdivision also let's make sure that while we're making these selections, we're also at our lowest subdivision. Looks like you grab an extra feather there. So let's invert that and hide that. There we go, every other feather. It's inverted now. Make sure you're on select lasso. I'm going to hold down Control Shift and tap on the edge. Don't worry about getting the excess up here. We'll take care of that later. Oopsie daisy. Got the wrong one there. One more. There we go. All right. Now let's go ahead and invert our selection. ZBrush does respond really weird at very low subdivision or at a very low poly count, so you're going to end up having to do things a couple times. So this is actually the lip. Let's see if we can get rid of that a better way. Go. So this is the lip of the second tier of feathers on the wing. Definitely don't want that in our poly group. All right, there we go. Let's hit Control W or Command W, depending on whether you're on Mac or PC. Let's also make sure that we have the bottom edge or the bottom faces, and make sure we're good on both sides. All right, let's go ahead and invert the selection. Actually, we can bring everything else back now. And let's go ahead and select these guys now. So we're going to hide the other set of feathers. We have one little try right there. There we go. Beautiful. All right, now let's hit Command W. Bring everything else back. So now we have these being separate poly groups. Now let's manage this here. So I just want the arm of the wing in this selection. I want to make sure I have a nice clean edge loop. So let's deselect that. And let's go ahead and deselect that. And I think that's about as clean as we're going to get. So now Control Shift X to grow our selection. And we want to get all the way up to where the feathers start. So let's step back to there. Hit Command W. So now we have that portion of the wing as its own poly group.